Welcome back. I'm assuming that you've watched the previous video and that you've finished downloading all 3 files. Make sure that you know where those files are, and let's get started. First, we're going to install Sql Server. That's a file should be called Sql 2019-SSEI-dev.exe. We're going to simply right-click on it and select Run as Administrator. Click Yes to let the install app do its thing. And when you see this, click Basic. Go ahead and accept the licensing terms. You can read them if you'd like to. When you're done and ready to go, click Accept. And then feel free to adjust the location for the default settings for your install. I'm just going to leave that just like there and click Install. At this point, it's downloading the install files. It takes a couple of minutes. And notice as it goes, the comments about getting sample databases and support files on GitHub and this ability to run on Linux. And it gives you something entertaining to read while the download is happening. So once we're ready to install, it's going to take a while, and you should feel free to pause this video if my download is installing faster than yours, or do whatever you'd like. But in the long run, we'll get to where it's all installed. Okay, that was lots of fun. Notice that you could customize the install, and you could also install the Management Studio from here. We're going to do it separately. But so for now, just click Close. And yes, you want to exit. So you've installed Sql Server. Next thing we need to do is install Sql Server Management Studio. That's the tool that we're going to use to do most of our work. It's this file right here, ssms-setup-enu.exe. So right-click it, and once again, run as administrator. And if you get the annoying question, go ahead and click yes, you want to do that. So if that location works well for you, go ahead and install. You can change it, but I'm just going to install and let that run. Feel free to pause the video if you need time to get this installed. Once it's finished, go ahead and close it. You might want to pin it to your taskbar. You're going to use it a lot. So I will just scroll down to Microsoft SQL Server Tools. And there's the Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio. I'm just going to right click and pin it to my taskbar. Of course, depending upon the operating system you're using, it might be different than that. Now, we want to attach the AdventureWorks database that we downloaded. To do that, the first thing you're going to want to do is open up the Sql Management Studio. If you pin that to your taskbar, it'll be right there for you. If not, go to your Start menu, search for it and find it, or if you're using a different operating system, whatever, you're kind of on your own to find that. So it'll open up, it will grab this splash bar, and then it will bring this up. And this is called the Connect dialog box. The server name will be the name of your computer, whatever that is. Later in this series, we're going to spend a little more time talking about what this Sql Management Studio is like, some of the more intricate things, and then towards the end, and also again when we do the DBA series, we'll get into real detail on it. For right now, it's not their focus and don't want to worry too much about it. So we're just going to keep this simple. At this point, just click Connect, and we've connected to our Sql Server that we installed. Over here on the left, is a pane we call the Object Explorer, this area right in here. And if you expand databases, you'll see there aren't any. Well, technically there are, but we'll talk about that some other time. There are no databases that we can use anyway. What we need to do is restore that database. Now, the file that we downloaded was actually a backup. And when we get into the DBA series, we will talk about restores and backups. But again, not really our point here. I'm just trying to get you set up to do the T-SQL stuff. So just follow along, and if it doesn't make sense, it will someday. All right? Right-click on Databases and choose Restore Database. This dialog box, we want to begin, and we're going to come to the Source section right here and click on Device. And we will use this ellipsis and go to this, which is asking for where are those files you want to restore. I'm going to click Add, and you'll go to wherever you downloaded that database file. The name of it, the name of the file we're looking for is adventureworks2019.bak. So we'll select that and click OK. It shows up here in Backup Media, and then click OK again. That's what we're going to restore from. The destination is what we're going to restore to. Well, I just want to change the name of this database from AdventureWorks 2019. Just erase those last 4 characters, the 2019 part of it, so it only says AdventureWorks there. And then click OK, and that's all there is to it. It's a very small database, so it restored very quickly. Click OK here to acknowledge that. And there we go. When I expand databases, notice that our AdventureWorks database now appears. Alrighty then. You've installed Sql Management Studio and Sql Server. You've restored a database. Not bad for 15 minutes worth of work. So the next thing we're going to do in the next video is take a tour of the Management Studio and get you acquainted with how to work in this tool. All right. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.